Hey, good morning. I'm your host, BKP, and we're in Blue Ridge, Georgia, beautiful downtown Blue Ridge. Now, the mornings are a little cooler. I like it. Late August, but cool mountain mornings. How do you feel? I love the cool mountain mornings. And the nights, you know, I was seeing everybody on Facebook last night posting 67 degrees sitting outside. How beautiful. We're at Sycamore Crossing. We have Tupelo Tea. Kinty, the Peruvian store, that is a beautiful place. It just is, Sam, I don't know if you've been in there, you got to check it out. New Blue, Holman Gift, and Broken Bull. We will have our beer delivery. Okay, our beer delivery, Budweiser, that will be the truck that goes by. Our beer delivery is about 9. Yingling shows up, so you got a choice here in Blue Ridge, but that's our little joke. But we call it Small Town America. Starting up in the morning, we'll probably have the train whistle and a little bit of everything. Okay, what all do we have? Now, there's a couple things that we're going to get because let me give you the lineup. The lineup this morning is at 8:10, we're going to get Dr. Whaley in here at 8:10. Ask the Doc with Dr. Whaley. Thank you for the Georgia Cancer Specialist for sponsoring that. At 8:30, we're going to have Blue Ridge City Councilwoman Rhonda Thomas is going to stop by for about 5 minutes to talk about qualifying to run for a third term. I think it would be her third term if elected. She's going to stop by. Today finishes qualifying. I heard the pop on the top of a can behind me, and I think it's a tab. I bet you, if I'm correct, the tab is showing up here soon. So that means Dr. Whaley's on the set. So Rhonda Thomas will be showing up. Today is final qualifying for Blue Ridge City Council and Mayor if they're going to run for the race. So we'll know all the candidates by the end of the day. At right about 9 o'clock, the audit report is in for Fannin County, and we're trying to do this about once every 3 or 4 weeks. We're having at least monthly a commission chair, Stan Helton, stops by and gives us a little update on Fannin County. And this morning we're going to be talking about the audit report. Wow, this just keeps going. I mean, is this a 2-hour show? Interview. Yesterday I had a sit-down interview with Georgia's U.S. Senator David Perdue. I was able to sit down with him for about 12 minutes. Do you want to find out what he thinks, your senator in Georgia, about Mitch McConnell not wanting to change the rule to 51 votes? You know, the 60, and the president keeps saying Donald Trump changed the vote to 61. What does Senator Perdue think about that? Does Senator Perdue still completely, fully support the President of the United States? You're going to find out about that. We're going to talk to him about that. And you know that recess they just took? You know, you remember Senator Perdue led the way with 10 other senators in a letter and a press conference, but he led the way. He said, stay in Washington till they got the job done. And they went home. You're going to find out the shocking details of why they went home and the deal Mitch McConnell made. It's going to blow your mind. You want to stick around for that? What else do we have? The show's got to be over. No, then we have the all-star political panel showing up. Now, I don't know, but Joanne sent me a message saying I might come up in the morning. We're going to have Jane. Bruce is gallivanting worldwide. I think he's in Germany this morning. We wish him and Barbara well in their travels. Rick will be here. All-star panel. Then what do we have? I'm exhausted already. The star, the pet of the week from the Humane Society of Blue Ridge. Sam and I always look forward to that every single week. The pet of the week. That's how we wrap up the show. Now, a couple quick things before we get Dr. Whaley on here. I want to give a shout out to Donovan Coakley. Sam put Donovan's picture up for me. Donovan Coakley is just graduated from basic training out there at Fort Leonard Wood, or Fort out in the woods as they call it, but Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Donovan Coakley is his grandfather, Bill Coakley, works for Congressman Doug Collins, good friend of our show, good friend of mine, and I just want to highlight that young man, Donovan Coakley, and say thank you for your willingness to serve our country. Love these young men and women that are serving in our military. Want to give a shout out to him. Now, you have heard about the middle finger bandit. Okay, you have. Now wait, Sam, don't wait for it. You've heard about the middle finger bandit. You heard about Patrick Crane being arrested last week for giving someone else the middle finger. I didn't think it was possible. I didn't think Patrick was that kind of guy. So I get up this morning and he texts me a picture. I have proof that Patrick Crane gave your host the finger. Now you got that? There he is, standing on the corner in Winslow, Arizona. Quite a fine sight to see when I got up this morning. Patrick Crane giving me the finger. Patrick, wish you well, my friend. Okay, that is your bandit right there. He's off the streets. It's safe again that he has been apprehended, but he's giving me the finger. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, now, Sam, all right, let me tell you this. This is a little insider of the office. You know, you're always hearing about I lose my glasses, right? Can't find my glasses. 5 days a week. You know, that's getting old news, right? So yesterday, I'm looking around yesterday afternoon. I can't find my glasses. Well, fear sets in. Let me tell you what the fear is. Do I call Lisa and say I can't find my glasses, or do I call Sam? Because I basically get the same reaction from both. So I'm like, oh no, what do I do? Because I can't call Sam, I don't want to hear it. Blah, blah, blah. Lisa, well, okay. Then I get this picture. You got the picture? All right, this is Barbara. I get a picture. How you like my glasses? I went to get a haircut. I know you don't believe it, folks, but I did get a haircut yesterday. Okay, so Barbara, thank you. She cuts my hair. In the middle of the afternoon, I get a picture with glasses saying, you like my glasses? So I left them there. That's that. Now, another thing that I have a little problem with around the office, and I'm always saying, hey, Sam, can you send me that email back? Hey, Lisa, can you send me that text message? I'm always forgetting my passwords. Passwords to everything. So this is kind of what it's like when I lose my password. You got that? Roll that 30-second video. That's what it's like, folks. So that's a day in the life of BKP. I get up this morning, Patrick's giving me the finger in Winslow, Arizona. Yesterday afternoon, I'm getting a picture where somebody found my glasses, and that's what it's like when I can't find my password. So we're in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge this morning. Love this weather, love it. We got about another month. We usually go somewhere around October where we just say it's going to be too cold, and we head over to Blue Jeans Pizza. Well, thank Ken, and so it won't be 4 or 5 weeks maybe, get into October. We go over to Blue Jeans Pizza over there and coast through the winter on the inside. But, you know, the worst thing about that is we actually have to smell pizza when we walk in the morning. That's just terrible, right, Dr. Whaley? We asked Dr. Whaley how terrible that is when we get over there in the mornings. I'm your host, BKP. We got a lot going on today. Ask the doc right after this. And, folks, this show is packed. You don't want to miss a minute of it. Sam, let's take a break so we can get the doc in here and get this thing moving on.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff. Broken Bull, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing, is locally owned and operated. Our Simply Noel selection is the largest around. We have a great selection of unique clothing and several lines to choose from for men and women. We carry a beautiful variety of handmade jewelry from Blessed Be and others. All kinds of gifts, starting to carry shoes this fall as well. Come visit us on your next trip to Blue Ridge. We can't wait to meet you at Broken Bull, located in downtown Blue Ridge.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Be sure to check out New Blue Home and Gift, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Find us on Twitter at New Blue Home. Everything beautiful for your home or a special gift can be found at New Blue Home and Gift. Call us today at 706-455-3873 or visit us at 531 East Main Street, Suite 103 in downtown Blue Ridge.
At Sycamore Crossing, Broken Bull, New Blue Home and Gift, Kinty, the Peruvian store, Tupelo Tea, and our good friend Dr. Whaley and the Tab. I heard somebody walking there. Said, "There's."
Yeah, it wasn't a Budweiser.
Doctor, no. No. I do get concerned that you're going to stop the truck when it goes by, but no. Early in the morning it's a Tab, and so I said, Dr. Whaley's on the set. Good to have you, my friend. Beautiful, beautiful morning.
Yes, it is. You remember what else we're missing this morning? Sam, what do we miss this morning? Our usual accompaniment. Weed eater.
Weed eater. Oh.
We don't have a weed eater, so maybe the guy went on strike or something.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good. I forgot about that. It's kind of quiet.
It's regular viewers, no weed eater.
No weed eater. Okay, Dr. Whaley. I always like to start out with a little something that you. Let me go with this. You have been on the sideline, on the ice. You have been with professional football teams, baseball teams, hockey teams,
Soccer teams.
Soccer. The list goes on.
All right.
This taking a knee. How bad do you personally think yourself the NFL is being hurt by the NAACP taking a knee, these protests? How bad do you think they're being hurt by some of this? They lost me. I don't care. They lost me. I could care less.
I think the NFL is being hurt. Most of the NASCAR crowd who watching NFL football, you got the NASCAR crowd that's really a different crowd than the crowd in NFL football. But that group of the great people that cannot afford to purchase a ticket, that are having to depend on television to watch it, I think some of them are shutting the TV off. When you have to pay up to $10,000 for the right to buy a ticket to the Falcons, and they're oversubscribed, it's clear that the attendance is not going to be affected much. But in terms of the holding these people up to be icons, I mean, you think about Bill Curry, you think about some of these long-time NFL players that were really good men. And,
right.
And were role models for 40, 50 years, like Paul Duke and people like that were role models for 50 years after they finished playing. That they're losing that, and it to me, the way the hockey people have said, you're either standing for the national anthem or you're sitting at the end of the bench, and a hockey player would die to lose minutes. think the NHL has not officially done anything, but each individual coach has done something, and I don't think there's been a single hockey player sit down yet. So I look more to each individual coach to be able to control his players rather than the league control the players. I mean, that's the way athletics is that the coach controls the behavior. He controls the dress for the road, the amount of time they spend with the press, and all of the activities of a player, including the off the field activities that relate to the image of the team. And so that's why you have a lot of teams that travel in a coat and tie. I mean, the Green Bay Packers did it. Georgia Tech did it. That's a coach-related thing. Therefore, I think the behavior of the player is a responsibility of the coach. I'm not sure that the NFL has a real role in it.
Well, I see that throughout the week, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that with the All-Star panel. But when I see that, I think of you, Dr. Whaley, because I know you spent several years on the sideline as team
40.
physicians. 40.
40 years.
I was going to let you say that.
Who's counting, right?
No, nobody's counting. Yeah. You're going to one day explain those hockey sticks in there. Don't forget, I'm holding you to that, all right? Let's get into our questions this morning. We have some great questions. Let me start with, can changing my diet treat psoriasis? Can that help?
No.
Moving right along. No, listen.
Psoriasis is an interesting condition. We've talked about it before. There's very mild cases of psoriasis that the patient doesn't even know that they have the condition, and that would be somebody with ridged nails, maybe a little patch of dryness on their elbow, which we get most, those of us that work out get anyway, to the people that you see advertised on television when they're talking about the heartbreak of plaque psoriasis. So it's a huge spectrum of disease. There is no known dietary precipitator to psoriatic outbreaks or psoriatic symptoms, and there is no known dietary item that will improve the condition of psoriasis. Now, there may be one tiny little thing in that people who have vitamin D deficiencies have an increased incidence of symptomatic psoriasis if they have psoriasis. Well, that makes really good sense. I was going to go to the next place, because one of the treatments of psoriasis is sunlight or phototherapy, where you go into a machine in the dermatologist's office, and that photo stuff activates healing in the skin. So it's conceivable that vitamin D deficiency, since you get a lot of vitamin D from the sun, may have a little bit to do with making it a little bit worse. Other than that, none. And the treatment of psoriasis, the little small plaque psoriasis, is generally easy, and your family doc can do it and does it with steroid creams or creams that are called tar creams or various things to moisten it. But when you get that big psoriasis that covers your whole arm, and sort of it really is a badge that keeps some people in an antisocial, stay home, wear long sleeve shirts in the dead of summer in an embarrassing condition. And that systemic therapy of psoriasis is miraculously improved. And when you see these ads on TV, they're not joking. It's just that medication is very expensive. So you go from the guy didn't even know he had psoriasis to something that needs immunotherapy, but there's no role for diet in its causation nor in its relief.
Let's move on to the next one. We got two more, but this one here, my daughter has asthma. Would she benefit from an ozone air purifier in her room?
No.
What? Moving right along. That's over.
No, the ozone purifier hype is another one of those marketing things. Sort of we've got what we call tangential. You got a balloon and you lay a ruler on it. The medical evidence is down here, and that balloon, that ruler touches only one small arc of the circle of scientific fact. ozone, you know, when you have lightning strike and you get that smell that say, oh, that's ozone 03. There's nothing about an ozone purifier that's known to help anything. Humidifiers in the rooms of people who have asthma or who have various sorts of sinus or airway disease, humidifiers, yes. Ozone purifiers, no scientific evidence.
Okay, this one comes from Laura. I never asked a lady's age, but Laura's telling us this morning. And Laura wrote, let's see if I can get this. Laura wrote, I recently flew from Orlando to Spokane, a long flight. I'm a 52-year-old woman. I wore support knee highs for the first time. I work out 5 times a week and want to protect my legs when I fly, as I ask a lot of them. The evening I returned home and removed the support, my support hose, my legs ached the rest of the evening. The reason I ask, I have a lot of long flights scheduled before the end of the year. Not sure if I'm supposed to keep them on for a said period of time or maybe take an aspirin prior to the flight.
So she really touched on a lot of what we talked about a couple of weeks ago after.
Thank you, Laura, for that question.
Yeah, great question. Well, first of all, congratulations on being a workout person in your 50s. What that tells me is that your lifestyle, probably diet and everything else, is healthy, that you're trying your best to preserve the genetic, you're going to play the genetic hand you were dealt at birth the best you can. As you said a few weeks ago, I got a talk called Life's a 5-card poker hand and there's no draw. So if you've got parents that lived into their 90s, you can probably not work real hard to try and live to 80, but you know, my parents died in their young 70s, so I got to work like crazy to get every day. So Laura's doing the right thing. First, when you fly, an airplane is pressurized. You think it's pressurized to sea level. It's not. It's pressurized to 8,000 feet altitude. 6 is the lowest, and it averages about 6 to 8. Particularly on a long flight where they're going to be flying at 36, 37,000 feet. And the natural biology to that is, as the pressure goes down against the exterior portions of your lower extremities, since you're standing up, sitting down, everything wants to run downhill, pressure's lower, then everybody's feet's going to swell on a long airplane flight. Wearing that support hose really diminishes that swelling somewhat, but it's not that swelling that kills you. It's the blood clot. So I tell everybody to take an aspirin the day before and the day of a long flight. And that aspirin prevents the platelets from aggregating in the swollen lower extremity. The thing I said a few weeks ago when we were talking about it is, if it's a long flight, 3 to 5 minutes every hour, if the seat belt light is off, stand up, preferably step in the hall and walk back to the facility, even if you don't have to use it, and walk back to your seat. You don't have to do that for 30 seconds or a minute. And then you're really compressing and pumping that blood back out of your leg again. But if you can't do that, then sit there in the seat, even if it's coach, and manipulate your foot and legs. That's the most important thing. Now, the second is that if you have those support stockings, one of the things that causes clotting is poor circulation. So if people are wearing a real tight pair of jeans and real tight pants, and then they're not getting good blood flow down here, they got some kind of a garment that is constricting their upper thigh, they're making their possibility of clotting much worse. And there are some of these support stockings that got a very tight top. And if you take it off, even when you're not at sea level, you'll notice that it's indented the skin. If your support hose do that, get rid of the support hose. If you're wearing the legitimate, real, high-quality support hose that does not, when you take it off, show wrinkles from ill fit, then put it on before you fly, and you can take it off as you taxiing in on the runway. There's no time to wear it, but do wear it during the entire duration of the flight. Now, if she's a workout person, she probably wears those sometimes when she works out or runs, and that's a whole different topic. But it's not the same way as compression on your calf when you're trying to run and get some extra distance. All you're doing here is trying to make sure that the blood's not pooling in your legs, and more important than the stocking is that walking every hour or so while you fly.
Laura, thank you
And
very
take
much.
the aspirin.
Take the aspirin. My doctor told me to take a low dose. Now, I don't want to get on sidetrack, but I take a bare low dose.
Yeah.
Not
In essence, there's no dose response curve for this. So any dose of aspirin
Right.
that you're taking is adequate. Interestingly,
at my age. He said when I got into my mid-30s, I should start a low dose.
he was a smart man. That wasn't Ray, was it?
No, I gotta move on. Laura, thank you for that question. If you want to send a question for Dr. Whaley during our Ask the Doc segment, info, that's simple, at fetchernews.com or chief@fetchernews.com, whichever one, but info is real simple. Just put on the title there, Ask the Doc, and we'll get it to Dr. Whaley throughout the week, or Ray Tidman, whoever is our guest for the week, so they can look it up. Now, I always like to save a couple minutes because of anything you may have researched through the week. I want to thank Dr. Whaley because he keeps up with the latest things in the medical industry that are coming out, or anything that's been out in some of the medical journals. Anything this week that you want to share with us?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is I'm always trying to tell people how to, live a better life and have their kids more healthy. A study came out in the English literature yesterday that 50%, that's a big number, heads you win, tails you lose, 50% of the mothers of infant children will put them to bed sometime during their infancy on their stomach. 50%, that's a huge number. That's like 50% of the mothers saying, I'm going to put that kid in the front seat without a seat belt. As we mentioned before, the sudden infant death syndrome went down by 50% a couple of decades ago when it was recognized that kids sleeping on their back do not have the sudden infant death syndrome from stopping to breathe that they do on their stomach. Now, as I said before, there's no way to predict which kid has that deficit in his brain for breathing, kind of like sleep apnea. And 100% of the time, 100% of kids during their infancy should sleep on their back, never on their stomach. And when I heard that it was actually 51% of mothers of infant kids put the kids to sleep on their stomach some of the time. Now, it doesn't say 90% of the time or 10% of the time, but there's never a reason for an infant to sleep on his stomach. Period. Got that, mamas? Hope you're doing and sitting there. I hope you're sitting there having your cup of coffee and the baby's sitting there beside you. But remember that. I got one more because it's this time of year. The people are going to the sun tanning bed to get ready for the cruise they're going to take to Cancun. And I saw one yesterday. We have talked about addictions here before, every kind of addiction. I learned a new phrase yesterday of sunbed addiction. I'd like for you to just take a quick guess, Sam, since you're in the age group and you're in the proper sex for this. It's mostly women, and it's mostly women in your age group, of people who have used a tanning bed within the last 90 days. That's the entrance criteria. So you have to have been to a tanning bed in the last 90 days. What percentage of those suffer from tanning bed addiction?
10%.
Well, that's pretty good. It's 19. But there is actually a tanning bed addiction that people go to it sort of like, I'm totally addicted to exercise. And if I miss 2 days, I'm a basket case. But they do have an actual addiction to tanning beds. And then the flip side of that is that increases the risk of melanoma and ugly looking skin in later age. And you need to stop and think about it. It's a little bit like the energy drink, Sam. Same age.
Hey, back off, Sam. I'm going to have you.
Same age group, same sex, but different addiction. All right, so that's enough for today. We got to make way for the politicians.
We got those politicians
We got to make way for the politicians.
I guess mine is the cheap cigar. I enjoy the cheap cigar. That's
those are not cheap cigars.
I didn't say they were.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say. No, I said mine.
Roll Dominican.
Yeah, that. I have the only doctor that brings me cheap cigars, no, good cigars. I buy cheap cigars. The doctor, sorry, doc, and brings a tab. Oh, ask the doc. Thank you so much.
Right.
I tell you what, every week it just grows the enjoyment I have with you, Dr. Whaley, in this segment. It's a real joy every week. Thank you for your question again, Laura. Don't forget.
Georgia Cancer Specialist.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Next week I'm taking off.
Yeah,
Don't forget, we
I'm
want to
going by myself.
thank Georgia Cancer Specialists for always supporting and sponsoring this segment of Ask the Doc out there. And you learned all the bells and whistles on?
No. I had an appointment with Ray last Friday, but Ray had to leave because Ray's got one of those trucks. And
I know.
Ray's a rocket scientist, so he knows how to program all that stuff.
Well, we're going to ask you when we get him in here. Is he next week or week after?
Week after, I
Week
think.
after.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
So, again, thank you, Georgia Cancer Specialists. When we return, we're going to talk. All of the candidates, just so you know, have been invited to come in 5-6 minutes and just talk about their campaign and why they qualified to run for either Blue Ridge City Council or the mayor position and what their plan is. Just a little introduction. So we'll have Councilwoman Rhonda Thomas right after this break.
Papa's Pizza to Go in downtown Blue Ridge is the best in the area all-you-can-eat buffet. Call ahead or order online now at papaspizzatogo.com. Use our convenient pickup window for the best in pizza, subs, wings, breadsticks, salads, and more. And be sure to check out our lively game room. We serve lunch and dinner, catering available, take out or dine in. Papa's Pizza to Go in Blue Ridge, proud sponsors of the Fannin County Rebels.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's T-E-A-S. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge. Kinty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Fine sterling silver, luxurious baby alpaca and exotic woods. A beautiful selection of exquisitely crafted gifts for all of your special occasions. Visit our website, artesiansilvergifts.com, or follow us on Twitter at Artesian Silver Gifts. Kinty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop in downtown Blue Ridge.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart.
Hey, we're back. I'm your host, BKP, and we're in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge, and we're at Sycamore Crossing. And today is the final day of qualifying if anyone wants to run for one of the Blue Ridge City Council seats or the mayor's position. And I am joined now by Council Member Rhonda Thomas. And you qualified, right?
Yes.
Again yesterday?
I qualified Monday.
Monday? Well, welcome here. Now, you have turned, Rhonda Thomas, you have served 2 terms on the council.
Yes.
You're seeking a 3rd term.
Yes.
Why do you want to continue on the council? Why do you want to continue? Why did you qualify and want to continue on?
Well, so far in my first 8 years, 2 terms, we've accomplished quite a bit, and there's so many things that still need to be done. And I truly love this city. I want to make it a good city for all residents, for all businesses. It is the county seat, and to me, we represent everyone, and I want to make sure that our community is well represented. And I feel like I have a basic knowledge, a good knowledge of everything, you know, from grants to projects that have been completed, projects that need to be completed. And I want to have a vision for Blue Ridge. I would like to see a short-term plan. I'd like to see us have a 5-year plan, a 10-year, a 20-year plan for the city. It's growing so rapidly that we really have to have that.
So let me ask you this, because you have served 2 terms. You're wrapping up your 2nd term, and you would, if elected, be into the 3rd term. What specifically? I know you touched on some things, but what specifically would you like to put in place in the next term that maybe not yourself, the council together, did not accomplish or needs to be done?
Parking is my biggest issue. I've been dealing with that really since I came. I was street commissioner when I first started. My first term I was assigned as street commissioner. I'm now safety. But as street commissioner, I saw a huge problem with parking. And we've had even council members say we don't have a parking problem. I was told that in a public meeting, and I don't see how you couldn't be on this council and realize there's a parking problem. So years ago I started looking at good solutions, and now we finally are to the point where we probably can implement them, because we've finished 4 phases of streetscape, and this was the biggest project that needed to be completed, which is East Main, and that's from Church Street down to Mountain Street. So that's completed. That was over $1 million, close to $1 million, and I know we have the funds, or we can get funds, hopefully through a grant, to achieve a good parking solution. So that's one of the things I want to see accomplished. I've also, over the past 8 years, dealt with flooding, and that is very important for everyone in the city, because a lot of businesses have flooded, homes have flooded. We've got to make sure to ensure the safety of our residents, and even with their with their homes. So that's one of my, those are my 2 top priorities.
Well, I was going through old video. We tried to, I think in the last 6 years, we only have about 3 council meetings maybe we did not attend. but I tried to go through some old video, and I'm back in 2014. 2014, watching some old video that the parking was one of the subjects on the video, and I'm thinking, okay. And there's a gentleman, and you can name him if you would like, because he's very public. He comes once a month or every other month and talks about the flooding.
Yes.
And it was interesting. I'm going through a 2014, some old video, and he's up there talking about infrastructure and the drainage because his property flooded. Is there a plan for that, or is that something that, I mean, I understand that has to be done. It's like you have to stop talking about it. And I don't mean you particularly. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes. Yeah, and as a council, I think we are discussing that, and we've had our engineer look at that problem. And at the last council meeting, we actually, we're moving forward with getting that done. I would like to see it just completed at one time, and just like this East Main Street project. But I think several council members are now looking at possibly doing it in phases, and starting with north of Mountain Street. So we have a plan. It just has to be implemented. We have to find the funds as well, because it's a pretty expensive project. So.
Has anybody qualified? Now, what post are you? You call it post or seat? I get confused from some of the places we cover in politics. Is it a post?
It is a post. We have 5 posts.
5,
and,
right.
So I am currently running unopposed. That is, as of today, we have 1 day left.
So
And-
just for our
Yes.
viewers, not to interrupt you, I'm sorry, but for our viewers, it's not everybody runs in top 5 vote getters.
That's correct.
Because one city in another county, so it's top 5 vote getters.
Correct.
This city, it is you actually have a post and you have to qualify to run for that
Yes.
post.
Yes. So currently we have, there are several people who have qualified, and of course we are a non-staggered council, so that means we all could be removed at one time. And you could have a brand new entire council from mayor to the 5 posts. So when you qualify, you go into the election supervisor and ask for a certain post.
Okay.
Either 1 through 5. So, and each person has a certain one. So you may have someone who's completely unopposed, like as of the last election, Harold Herndon.
Harold Herndon was unopposed last time, right?
So which was great for him.
So it's not top 5 vote getters, folks, and that gets confusing sometimes. You actually have to focus on what post and who's running for the post.
Correct.
And right, and today is the last day of qualifying, so nobody is qualified to oppose you at this time.
I have heard that I do have an opponent she has mentioned it on Facebook, but I don't know.
Yes, and I don't want to mention that till they officially qualify, because that's what I try to do. I want to ask you a question. And now, don't get, it's, sometimes people get with me, they get nervous when I say I put you on the spot, but I'm not going to put you on the spot. It's not going to be bad, I promise.
I've interviewed with you before.
Okay. All right.
I know how you are.
So, but here's my question, because you brought it up, and when candidates bring something up, I say that opens the door for me to get an opportunity to say something. We're not a staggered council. So I'm going to tell you, this is my opinion. If elected, I would ask you and the council and everybody to change the charter and stagger where in 2 years, 3 members of council are up, and then the other 2 years, the mayor and maybe the other 2 members are up. Because not a stagger, everybody's up for re-election. And I'm going to tell you, outside looking in, and this is not to you, you just happen to be the one sitting here, is the very last year, everybody's running for office. And do you know where I'm going with that? Would you agree or disagree?
No, I totally agree. We need to change the charter. It is definitely obsolete. It needs to be changed. And there are so many issues with it, such as city manager. We need a city manager, and our charter does not call for a city manager. And we need, I think we need a strong mayor system. And we need definitely we need staggered terms, because it would be very difficult for a new council to go in, a completely new slate, and know about, understand the projects. And I will tell you what's even more difficult now is
because everybody can get voted out.
Everybody can get voted out.
And you can wake up the next term and have a whole new slate, and they have to catch up.
Yes.
At least you would have 3 at all times that were in the loop of what was going on. Right? That's
exactly.
I mean, And that's where I'm going. I don't mean to cut this short. I want to give you an opportunity before we close here. If there's anything you wanted to say to the voters or anything this morning that you didn't get a chance to.
I just simply want to say I love this city, and I hope people have faith in me. If you look at my voting record, you will see that I've always voted in for what's best for the city. I've never taken my personal feelings into any voting consideration, and my voting history will show that. I care about this city, and I hope that you all look at our slate of candidates and that you choose candidates who will look out for the community, because we are a community. We don't look out just for residents. We don't look out just for businesses. We have to look out for our entire community.
To make it work.
To make it work.
Thank you very much, and we tell every candidate here at FYN TV Fetcher News, we wish you well, and we thank you for your willingness to serve. I'm your host, BKP. We've been with Councilwoman Rhonda Thomas, that is seeking her third term for the Blue Ridge City Council. Qualifying ends today, and by Monday we'll have all the candidates listed on our website. We're going to take a brief break, and then we're going to change gears. We're going to stay around Blue Ridge because we're going to have a Fannin County report. We're doing this monthly, a brief 10-minute Fannin County report. We're going to have Commission Chair Stan Helton with us and the CFO of Fannin County right after these messages. Take us to break.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff. Broken Bowl, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing, is locally owned and operated. Our Simply Noel selection is the largest around. We have a great selection of unique clothing and several lines to choose from for men and women. We carry a beautiful variety of handmade jewelry from Blessed Be and others. All kinds of gifts, starting to carry shoes this fall as well. Come visit us on your next trip to Blue Ridge. We can't wait to meet you at Broken Bowl, located in downtown Blue Ridge.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Be sure to check out New Blue Home and Gift, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Find us on Twitter at New Blue Home. Everything beautiful for your home or a special gift can be found at New Blue Home and Gift. Call us today at 706-455-3873 or visit us at 531 East Main Street, Suite 103 in downtown Blue Ridge.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from Sycamore Crossing in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge. This is something we started last month, and we're trying to do it at least on a monthly basis. We're just having a little 10-minute brief Fannin County report with the Commission Chair, Stan Helton. And this morning, we're joined by Rhonda, the CFO. I'm going to leave it to the chairman to put her on the spot. I'm staying in the middle. I should have worn my referee stuff. Chairman, how are you this morning?
I am great today, Brian. Hope you are too.
I'm doing good. Let me tell you the direction I want to go, because again, keeping this on an informational subject matter for the citizens once a month. The county audit just came in, and I've been listening to county audits. Whether actually, it's probably one of the most boring meetings of the year. Did I say that out loud? But you know, you have an audit. You agree with that? Yeah. The auditor comes up and stands up there, and you're like, oh, when's this end? But my words, and you can clear me up, but there's deficiencies, and it's not uncommon in a city or a county that they find what they call deficiencies, and they make recommendations. Okay. And just to be clear, this audit is last year's audit. So tell us what was found in general, how you approached it with your administration, and the direction you plan to go in. Give us a couple things in the audit that you're going to change, direction that should solve any deficiencies they talked about.
Well, you know, Brian, I believe transparency is a key thing. And when I was running for this office, I promised the citizens that I was going to treat their money just like I do my own. You know, it's their money, it's not mine to spend. And I felt like very strongly, obviously, that finances is something, $27 million a year of county finances that taxpayers are funding. And that's so important for us to be responsible, handle our finances professionally, and to watch out for every dime, every penny, and justify it. And when we looked at the audit, if you go back to 2015, Fannin County's audit had 24 either material or significant deficiencies in the audit. And then, of course, Robin had been running Union County's finances for 12 years. And when I was aware, and we were searching for a CFO, the same auditing firm had Union County, and they had one deficiency, only one. We had 24. And this year, we had 22 deficiencies. And this is basically the information that hasn't in the past, to my knowledge, gotten out to the public, and apparently not even the post commissioners. And I felt like that's something we needed to start doing. If we're really going to be serious about watching money, let's be open with it. The post commissioners, I welcome everything that they can do to help us watch money. And then we went ahead and decided to put this on our county website. So
that's what I was getting ready to ask. This is public. You can go to the Fannin County website and find the audit.
Yeah. And what the hope is here is that we're making all these deficiencies out there available, and where we're right here now with 22, as we go forward next year and the year beyond, what we want to do is see that come down. And my goal personally is to see that go to zero. I don't
what are two or three, and I, you know, let's make sure for the viewers at home, because it's my goal for accurate information. 22 sounds bad, but what are two or three of the top ones that you have to immediately say we got to focus on right now? We got to rein this in. What are a couple of them?
Well, most common one, and it was in several different places, was the not timely deposits being made. That was corrected immediately as soon as I came in, because that's the first thing I noticed, that they were only making weekly deposits. They really need to make them at least twice a week, if not more, if we can get it even more. Union, I usually did them, daily, if we had enough money. The other one was that they made an issue was the fuel. And if you went to the last county meeting, we're working on that. We're going to use what's called a WEX card, and we'll keep up with all the fuel, and it'll be inventory.
Well, let me ask you a question, because when I had a trucking company had trucks, I had that card. So is that something where they have to put their PIN number in so you know who put it in, and have to put odometer readings and things like that? And and every vehicle has a
Yes.
card. Is that the,
That is it.
that's a system? Because I used to use
Yes.
that. So that would give you clarification of where that fuel money's being spent.
Exactly, in which department and which person even.
Now, is that something you've already done or already put in place?
We just signed the contract, and that's going to happen pretty soon. And it's basically every vehicle that comes into our road department and fuels up. We're going to have information, a lot of data on each vehicle that we can track and manage by department. Each department head will be able to look and see if, for example, tax assessors are going to have that, and the chief appraiser can look at a report and look at which vehicle, how many miles, what the miles per gallon. That's a real tip.
I used to, and the reason I asked is I used to be able to sit right here on the computer and it would update and I could actually see as the month, in real time what was happening.
And the reason that's important is we had in 2016, 100,000 gallons of fuel that was purchased and run through those pumps. And the total value of that, of course, the oil market's been low, was a little over $200,000. But all it takes is one little missile from that, what's his name over in North Korea, son,
Yes.
mentally ill, whatever his name is.
Oil could be trading up here this afternoon,
It
right?
could double overnight. I mean, it can. So you're talking, you could go from 200,000.
You did bring that up, but
Yeah.
that is coming through Corpus Christi, and that is big, and that could happen immediately. So those are two. Is there a third one that sticks out? That
Segregation of duties. probably
Segregation
isn't it?
of
Yeah.
duties.
That one usually can't be fixed, especially in the small offices,
right?
because there's just, you can't employ enough people and have them busy to keep that from happening.
I have actually heard the segregation of duty. I've heard that in many audits in other places where, unless you're in a really large county, can you segregate some of the duties, but you have to do some overlapping in some of the rural
Especially with
counties.
the elected officials.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let me just say this out there, folks. The reason I wanted to talk about the audit is, yes, I believe in being a good steward of the taxpayers' money. And how many millions did you say? 27?
27 million.
27 million. Department heads in different offices. Have you had department head meetings on their part of their audit? I mean, what are some of the things that you're trying to bring in that you think you can bring down 22? And I don't want to put you on the spot because obviously next year you don't know what you can get that down to. So what are some of the internal things that are happening in there?
It's in process. We haven't completed that yet, but it's basically just trying to communicate. And here's the thing: this is not all just under the commission board. This is the entire courthouse. We're talking about other elected officials.
Exactly.
So it's not made me, I'm sure, real popular with other elected officials because we're showing what everybody is doing wrong. I mean, we're showing what we do wrong and what they're doing wrong. And it's all public information. So we're just trying to correct those on a timely basis and try to tie that in with our budget as we're preparing for next year's budget and kind of tie all that in together. We'll be meeting with all those officials about the budget, and we're going to tie that in with the same discussions.
Well, I tell you what, it's the citizens' money is the way I always look at it, and if it's causing a couple people some heartburn, get some antacid, okay? So I said that, you did, all right? Or maybe keep some in the desk drawer. Here you go. I'm sorry. I don't want to get in trouble. Okay. Anything else before we go that you wanted to make sure we shared this morning, maybe financially or about the county, in your report this morning that you want to let the citizens know is taking place or something?
We're going real hard with this chip sealing process, and at the same time we have bids out there that we're going to make final decisions on to do some asphalt. Getting roads paved. We're working on the roads. We're doing improvements there, and hopefully this year this chip sealing process is new for a lot of the guys. And as we learn and become more efficient with that, we should be able next year to start off just gangbusters and be able to be more efficient and to do more in the same amount of time. That's always trying to find improvements. That's what we're trying to do.
Well, I want to say sharing information with the citizens is a home run with me, and I'll just be candid. I would discuss something if it was the other way, but that is a home run with me. It escapes me, but in the audit, there's a letter that comes with it. What is that officially called?
The management report.
The management report. The management report. I don't want to say it's the first time because I'd let them say that, but I think the current post commissioner said that this is the first time they actually saw the management report.
Right.
Is the management report public also?
It's right in there.
Right in there.
It's
So
right in there.
not only are the post commissioners seeing it for the first time, the public can read it too.
Yes.
That's right.
Online.
Yeah.
Folks, the Fannin County website, and I do want to give a shout out for that, for you out there that want to keep up with the information, what's going on. Your agendas are on there, so you can see when they're having meetings. They actually post special called meetings when necessary. Workshops are happening, and the website is very interactive. If you have or live on a county road out there and you have any question or concern, you can actually upload pictures, send a little note to the chairman, and tell them what your concern is. You can read the audit. Some people sit there and read the audit. There's three
They need
people.
some sleeping.
They need something to go to sleep. If you want, you can't sleep at night. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It wasn't that bad, right?
No, not too bad.
So that's why we're going to make you come again. Chairman, we appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
And that is our Fannin County Chair Commissioner Report with Stan Helton and CFO Robin Gazaway. And we're going to try to do this once a month and zero in on something for you, the citizens out there. Take us to break. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. What is next? I got so much. Can anybody tell me what I'm doing next? Oh, it's All-Star Panel time. I should have noticed Rick was over there and the lovely Jane. We'll be back right after these messages.
Papa's Pizza to Go in downtown Blue Ridge is the best in the area all-you-can-eat buffet. Call ahead or order online now at papaspizzatogo.com. Use our convenient pickup window for the best in pizza, subs, wings, breadsticks, salads, and more. And be sure to check out our lively game room. We serve lunch and dinner, catering available, take out or dine in. Papa's Pizza to Go in Blue Ridge, proud sponsors of the Fannin County Rebels.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's T-E-A-S. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge. Kinty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Fine sterling silver, luxurious baby alpaca and exotic woods. A beautiful selection of exquisitely crafted gifts for all of your special occasions. Visit our website, artesiansilvergifts.com, or follow us on Twitter at Artesian Silver Gifts. Kinty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop in downtown Blue Ridge.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. We're at Sycamore Crossing in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge. Broken Bull, New Blue Home and Gift, the Kinty Peruvian store. That's a beautiful store. It's a not beautiful. And Tupelo Tea. And I'm joined by my lovely friend Jane, Rick.
Not a lovely friend, huh?
No, just a friend.
Okay.
Just a friend.
Don't push
you're not Bruce. Joeen's with us this morning. Glad to have Joeen. Bruce and Joeen. Every time I turn around, Bruce is traveling somewhere, and then
Joeen's traveling.
Right. But we're glad to have the panel here, the crew. We always have a great group here. We have a lot of fun. But yesterday, I had an opportunity to sit down with our senator, yours out there, if you're in Georgia, David Perdue. There's a couple things I wanted to know, and I think you want to know. Where does he stand on Mitch McConnell? Really, seriously, where does he stand on supporting the president? Where does our senator stand on the 51 votes? Does he think it needs to be 60 or 51? I asked those questions yesterday, and Afghanistan, several things. So we're going to play this interview real quick, and then the all-star panel and I are going to talk about some things, and then I'm sorry, it'll be time for the star of the show. It's not even me, Pet of the Week. We know that here. So, Richie, play that interview. I'm here with Georgia U.S. Senator David Perdue. Senator Perdue, thank you for joining me on FYNTV.com. Last time we were together, you were riding all through North Georgia on a bus, and the true outsider. Tell us just a little bit, just take a minute to tell our viewers what it's been like since you've been up there and trying to maintain that true outsider status in Senate.
You know, it's the easiest thing I've done. I mean, frankly, I was an outsider when I got into the race, and once I got elected and got up there, just my position being a Fortune 500 CEO makes me an outsider in the first right. But secondly, is I'm there to get results. I mean, I went there and got involved in the first place to try to get results, to try to change the direction of the country. A lot of people in Congress are there worried about how to get reelected. And if that's the driving force, then we don't get results. And that's what the problem is in my mind. That's what causes gridlock. So it's been very frustrating, but I knew it would be. But we've had an impact already. There's only one of us in the Senate who's been a Fortune 500 CEO. So when I talk about things like tax changes and regulation changes and things like that, there's a platform that I'm being given to have some impact on that. And I'm grateful for that, and I'm stepping through and doing that.
Let me start this direction, Senator. The Senate Armed Services Committee. The other night I listened to President Donald Trump's speech of a new direction in Afghanistan. Let me ask you, after 16 years, thousands of young men and women have lost their life there. Billions of dollars have been spent, hundreds of billions. What about the President's direction now in Afghanistan and the Secretary of State, Tillerson and Mattis, Secretary of Defense? What about the direction now do you feel comfortable with, or do you support and think we can accomplish what we want, the outcome?
Well, first of all, in my career, I lived in Asia. Actually had an office and worked a lot in Lahore, Pakistan, on the eastern side of Pakistan. I've made a couple trips there since being in the Senate. I just got back from Afghanistan and Pakistan. What we've got going right now with this president is a regional solution and a long-term strategy. That's what we've been missing for 16 years. We went in there to deny radical Islamic jihadists from having a base from which they could do damage in the United States. If one thing we learned in 9/11 was that we cannot protect the United States just within the borders of the United States. We have to step out and deny these Islamic radical extremists havens where they can develop a capability to harm us here at home. We have not been focused on that mission over the last 16 years. And what these people are beginning to talk about now, General Mattis, even with John Kelly's help, as well as the President, we now are moving toward a regional solution that includes India, Pakistan, and Afghanistan, that deals with Pashtuns, that deals with the Kashmiri issue between India and Pakistan. It deals with the Haqqani network that gives support for the Taliban in Afghanistan. So it's a very complicated equation, and this is the first time I've seen an attempt to have a regional long-term solution to the objective that we have, and that is to simply deny Islamic extremists a base from which they can do harm in the United States.
So after 16 years of what we've been through in Afghanistan, you have actually see something that you think is in the right direction and has a plan. There's a plan in place that we've not seen yet that Mattis will implement?
We have never seen in 16 years the real strategy of how to win. Nobody defined what winning is. And I believe we're seeing now that the denial of a base operation and a capability to extremists to do harm in the United States, that's the mission. And today it's in Afghanistan. But we cannot in the United States, and this is one of the problems I have being on armed services, we can't sit back and on the disinvestment that we've seen in the last 8 years in our military and expect our military to be able to do everything that we needed to do in this very dangerous world. Look, the world, in my opinion, is more dangerous right now than any time in my lifetime. And I believe the military is at the weakest point it's been in my lifetime. And the reason is, in the last 8 years, just like in the 70s under Jimmy Carter, in the 90s under Bill Clinton, under Barack Obama, the government disinvested in the military. Today, we have the smallest army since World War II, the smallest Navy since World War I, and the oldest and smallest Air Force ever. And frankly, to recap it, to rebuild it, is going to take hundreds of billions of dollars that we don't have. Every dime we spend on our military today, every dime we spend on our veterans, and every dime we spend on domestic discretionary programs, building roads, healthcare, and all those things, is borrowed money.
You know, Senator, I've heard you speak along with many others about the victory, I'll call it the victory of getting Neil Gorsuch on the Supreme Court. And that was a major promise that the president made the American people. And I think there's a couple promises that he did make that he's the reason he's president today. The Supreme Court, security on our southern border, tax reform, there's a list. And not to leave it as last, but the most pressing recent one is to repeal Obamacare. In that vein, Neil Gorsuch was 51 votes. Reconciliation, change the rule to 51 votes. The president is very clear, Twitter, interviews, that he's asking the Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell, to change the rule to 51 votes. Where are you on that?
Well, I actually originated that conversation with the president and with the leadership. I'm a business guy. I focus on results. And when the system is tied up and creates gridlock like we have up there right now, something has to change. I went back and looked at the original rules of the United States Senate. There were 6 pages. 51% decided all issues except for 2. It took 67% of the votes to ratify a treaty and 67% of the votes in the Senate to impeach a president. That's it. And the filibuster rule was there. That meant that you could stand up and delay a vote temporarily by filibustering, by talking physically. That was first used in the 1850s behind the slavery issue. It was abused in the 90s, and in 1913, the Senate actually, to speed things up, put a cloture rule in to say that if 2/3 of us agree, we'll stop the debate and we'll move on to a vote. Well, that didn't work, and in 1975, they changed it to 60 votes. So this is not a historical precedent, and it is one of the reasons why I believe that if you are willing to do the nuclear option on the judges, which the Democrats did and the Republicans just did, if you're willing to do reconciliation, then you have no reason not to change the filibuster rule. That's my logic. Now, it changes some precedent that we have since 1975, but today, frankly, I think we're not going to get the results this president wants unless we do that.
What do you think about when you go back in September? You led the way with several other senators. You led the way in a press conference and being very public. Don't go home. Don't go home. No recess until we get the job done. And obviously, sorry to say, not yourself, but the body did not get the job done. We didn't repeal Obamacare as promised. You go back. You have 17 days. You have you got to raise the debt ceiling. President the other night alludes to may shut down the government if he doesn't have funding for the wall. Tell us where we really stand with that when you get back in September.
Well, first of all, I got 10 senators, and we could have gotten more if we needed to, but we did a press conference and said to the leadership, we need to stay here in August because we've got the debt ceiling, we've got the budget reconciliation, and we have to fund the government before September 30th. And there was just no time to do it. And so we said, we need to stay here. I'm a business guy. I mean, you would never go back to state and do other things in work weeks if you had that kind of agenda that you had to get done. So to his credit, Mitch McConnell agreed. He said, okay, based on that, we'll stay here at least 2 weeks and possibly the whole time to get this stuff done. Then Chuck Schumer came and negotiated, giving confirmations approval on 72 people 2 weeks ago on a Thursday, the last day we were there, in order to get out early. That's why we're not up there today. And that's how perverse this situation is. We need to be there working on the debt ceiling. We need to be there working on the budget. We need to be there working on funding the government. Do you realize that the budget system is broken? You and I have talked about that repeatedly. But over the last 43 years since the Budget Act was put in place, the Senate has only appropriated and voted for 2.5 bills a year. They have to appropriate 12 bills a year, 12 different functions in order to fund the government. And it's just insane. That would never happen in any other world. Other than
do you support that the funding, the appropriations should have money for the southern border security?
What this president's already demonstrated, illegal crossings of the southern border are down by more than 50% already.
Absolutely, yes.
And we haven't even built the wall yet. And so what we've done is we've hired extra officers. He's moving to get more strength in the courts to have the ability to prosecute. We're trying to get Kate's Law passed. We're trying to get the sanctuary cities things passed. The president's pushing this. He has done exactly what he said he would do. He knew that the security issue in the United States was a big issue. And that security on that southern border had to be done. So he's moving on that, and I fully support that now. That should be funded in this budget.
I don't like to reference some of the publications, and I like to cut through the noise and the smoke that's out there. I'll just ask you direct, when you get back, do you think the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and the President can work together and you can get 51 votes to move some things along? Do you think that can be solved? Because right now it just sounds like things are not working very well there.
Well, this president doesn't fit the traditional box that the career politicians expect in a president. He wants results. He's not an ideologue. And he doesn't care about the rules of the Senate. He cares about getting results. That's what people back here, this group we just met with today, that's what they care about. I'm hopeful that they can, because we've got a leader in the White House that will actually sign things into law now. If we pass them in the Senate, this guy will sign them. And so we've got to deal with health care when we get back. We've got to deal with the debt ceiling. But the big thing that's looming in addition to health care is tax. We've got to get tax done this year, and that's a heavy lift, because after September 30th, after funding the government, then we move on to tax. We only have 44 working days before the end of the calendar year. And the reason that's important is so business leaders and all can get some confidence that the President and the Senate and Congress are actually going to change things and make us competitive with the rest of the world in this tax issue.
I know our time is short and we have to wrap this up. Your background in business, as we close, give us some positive highlights. I get tired of hearing all the negatives. Give us some positive highlights that have taken place in business, small business, what small business owners out there, if they can get past the noise of the TV, they could expect that you're working on.
Well, let me give you the big one. Steve Mnuchin says in a hearing in budget that he can address 70 to 80% of the problems in Dodd-Frank. That's huge for small banks, because there are $2 trillion tied up on the balance sheets of small and regional banks unnecessarily under Dodd-Frank. Another one is we've created 1 million jobs so far this year, and we really haven't, and that's largely on the presumption that we're going to continue the regulatory work that we're doing. Some 800 rules have been changed so far, and we're just getting started. The presumption is we're going to change these tax rules and get competitive with the rest of the world. We changed the law that allows the head of the VA to deal with people who are not performing. And to date, over 500 people have been let go for cause for non-performance in the Veterans Administration. So sooner or later, you're going to start getting better performance there. So there's reason to believe consumer confidence is up. I think it's a 16-year high now. CEO confidence is a 20-year high because they see this president pushing Congress in a direction that takes off the stifling things that the Obama administration did to shut down this economy. You realize the economic growth of the Obama administration years, those 8 years, was the lowest in our history. And he's re-engaged, this president, President Trump, is re-engaging with the rest of the world. I think that's the most positive thing I can tell you. And he's committed to rebuild the military over time. And that's what he promised to do.
Last question, media groups out there, some of them are trying to create the impression that Republicans are moving away from the president, that he's losing support within the party, several senators, members of the House. You yourself, where do you stand on supporting the President of the United States today?
100%. What he's talking about, executing and implementing right now is what I ran on. Grow the economy, re-engage with the rest of the world, rebuild the military, solve this healthcare debacle that's collapsing under its own weight, fix the tax system to make us more competitive with the rest of the world. This president knows that we have a debt crisis. He knows that. He knows we have a global security crisis. He's moving in that direction. The first step is to get the economy going, and he did that through regulatory changes, which we're trying to do, and we're being pretty effective about that right now. The tax changes that will come this year, hopefully, will actually be a big help in continuing to do that. And then I think if we can get this healthcare thing done, that'll give people confidence that we're moving in the right direction. This is a president that's moving at a business pace, not a bureaucratic pace. And the reason I support him is this. He's just strong. He's no boy's choir boy. Let's be clear. But neither was Winston Churchill or Eisenhower, people of destiny, people of history. I think we've got a guy now that can actually change the direction of the country, break some eggs in this establishment in Washington, and get something done. And that's why I fully support it.
Senator David Perdue, I just want to thank you this morning as for actually what we see here in Georgia as you keeping your campaign promises. Yep. And we thank you as a true outsider. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
For joining us on FYNTV.com. All right, we're back. I'm your host. We only got about 30 minutes now left for the All-Star panel. So what I want to do this morning is the three here, Joeen, Jane, and Rick. My interview with David Perdue, Senator Perdue, a couple minor, quick things that we're going to have the interview up. Richie's going to have it ASAP, break it up. Do you realize that Mitch McConnell made a deal with Chuck Schumer to go home? Oh, my God. They didn't get the job done. Senator Perdue said, no, we're not leaving. They have 25 or 28. They have like 25, the Democrats, senators that need to go home and campaign. Republicans only have 8. So Chuck Schumer goes to him and says, hey, Mitch, what can I do to get out early so you can help my Democrats campaign? Are you, is this real?
Why is this not being broadcast anywhere else?
We're getting it
well,
out. I
isn't
asked,
that a headline on the Wall Street Journal?
Yeah, where's that on the fake New York Times, right? Failing
Man,
New York Times.
let me tell you.
Right, and then and we hear that yesterday, and we heard Senator Perdue will go to 51 votes. I think McConnell's in hot water.
Yeah, but explain how they did get out then.
The confirmation.
Yes.
What is it? They gave us a number. I know you attended the something with the senator. What it was 140. The Democrats are holding up 140 or close to 170 or something. There's a large number of President Donald Trump's appointees that the Democrats are holding up.
Right.
So Mitch McConnell, and I'm going to throw numbers out there. It's in the interview the senator gives it. But Mitch McConnell, Chuck Schumer goes to him and says, hey, we want to go home. How about I give you some, what can I do? And Mitch McConnell says, well, give me 70 appointees and you can go home. Well, they gave him like 40 or something in 2 days, and Mitch McConnell let him go home. I'm sorry, folks. I don't know. What I want to do is, I don't have any big subjects to go in. We have, I will tell you, I didn't even watch MSNBC this morning. I didn't want to. I really didn't want to. I just didn't want to get down that road today. We have the statues. We have Charlottesville. We have hurricane. We have, and God knows that's Donald's fault. I'm surprised they didn't name it after him. I thought I'd get up, Jane, at 5 o'clock this morning, and they was talking about Hurricane Donald, right?
Let's just
Right.
to T instead of H.
Yeah.
Let's move it back.
Yeah,
to
so
T.
I thought we'd have hurricane. So we've got that. We've got so many things going on. But I want to give each and every one of Joanne, what do you want to say this morning? You came, I could tell when you got out of the car, you had several things you wanted to talk about.
She was on a mission.
Yes. What do you want to talk about this morning? Everybody, whatever, just think about what do you want to talk about? Up to you.
Well, you've given me new fodder here with the Perdue interview. However, I came angry over your show yesterday.
My show? What did I do?
Yeah, well, it was not really what you did. It was and I want to thank you for taking the time to go and broadcast the special meeting of the Blue Ridge City Council. I don't live in Blue Ridge, and so therefore I realize I'm not welcome here. That was made very plain on the show.
All right, go. Let me sit over.
Yeah, that's right.
Go ahead.
I got to get the Kevlar back on.
But
I want to be able to see as they drive by.
But still,
we didn't tell them she was coming.
Right.
Go ahead.
I don't understand what took place at that meeting. I sat there just watching your show as normal, and I thought, what is going on? And when I think it was Angie Arp read this email from a citizen, which I thought was totally inappropriate, and the venom, the way she read it. And then when I guess it was the citizen that stood up and said something, which apparently you're not allowed to speak. In fact, I made a note that at the Blue Ridge City Council, apparently you can only make public comments on the agenda, so I don't know how you would ever say anything about anything else that was of a concern. But anyway, she asked apparently then that the response from I guess it was Angie Arps back to this citizen, and I could not believe that a council person, an elected official, would write such an email. It was so childish, it was so trite, it was so inappropriate, and it made very plain that no one is welcome in the city of Blue Ridge if you do not live here. And everybody should be able to attend those meetings. They're public meetings. And if you want to open a business here, you're thinking of moving here, I'm a realtor, and I tell everyone that before you move to an area, you should attend the Board of Commissioners meetings or their city council meetings and see what the issues are in that area, and to see how people are welcome in that area. And I thought, my God, no, I would never recommend anybody go to a Blue Ridge City Council meeting. They would never move here. And I've seen other shows that bothered me as much, but the one yesterday just was so over the top. Like, why would the citizens elect these people? Why would they let them why would they let them handle the meetings this way? I mean, and then I may have misunderstood, but was what was said that 140 people showed up at a regular meeting, and because there were too many people, the council members didn't have the meeting and called a special called meeting during the daytime? Is that what I got out of that? I mean, it was mine.
Well,
buffers.
I've been called fake news, but I think the video doesn't lie. I mean,
well, mine buffers occasionally, and also it was very hard. They don't always speak into the mic, okay, and so I couldn't always hear everything that was being read. But if that's what happened, that's a travesty. And the people in this community should not stand for that. If 140 people showed up, of course it sounded like she said she didn't represent those 140 people, but that was 140.
You did watch this. I mean, she watched every minute of it, didn't she?
And my brain still remembers a lot of stuff that I see. That showed concern. Those council people should have said, obviously we have a problem and we need to address this. They should have listened to what their concerns were instead of leaving and then hold a special called meeting, which most people can't attend when they do these special called meetings with 24-hour notice. And that's not the way to govern. But anyway,
all right. Well, no. I tell you what, I think, and I'm not going to speak for Jane, but I think or Rick, but folks outside looking in. I mean, no, Joey does not live in this county, and she is a realtor, and she does. I know her very well. She tells her clients when they come up, hey, I think when you want to move into an area, you attend some of the meetings, get a feel. So I mean, I always tell people. Don't I? I tell people, look, people are watching out there, not just here, right? Yep. And I just, outside looking in is why I didn't mind just sitting back. Go ahead.
What I want to say is that Miss Arp keeps saying you're not from here, go back where you came from. Let me just say that I grew up I was born in Arkansas, and I graduated from high school.
In Arkansas. I'm
Arkansas is a beautiful state.
No, but you want me to tell them?
No, I do not.
Okay, go
and
ahead.
So, I grew up there. I graduated from high school there. That's 18 years. I went to the University of Arkansas for 4 years. I lived in Fayetteville. Then I came to Atlanta. And 20 years ago, we came here. We bought property. My husband practices here. I have been in this community for 20 years, longer than the state I was born and the town I was born. So I am from here, in my view, basically. Wasn't born here. But she has told me, my husband has practiced here for 15 or 20 years. He loves these people. The people love him. Many families know him. And she's turned to him essentially and said, you aren't welcome here. Go back to where you come from. She's told me, go back to where you've come from. You're not welcome here. Sell this business, close it down. We don't care. Just go back to where you came from. And that was so appalling and so offensive to me that I actually just sat back. When she said to Cindy, you need to go back where you came from, it's just breathtaking. But I've been here longer than I've been in my home state. Basically.
But if you went around and asked every one of these businesses if they were born in Blue Ridge, I bet you 10% maybe are born.
Well, not just
this
businesses,
money,
residents of Blue Ridge.
You wouldn't
I don't know.
need.
What do you want to do?
You wouldn't need a Blue Ridge City Council if all of this wasn't here, and if the people that come from Florida and Atlanta and whatever. Now, I will say that I love the mountains. I've been in Ellijay probably close to 30 years, or in North Georgia, and I wasn't born here either, okay, but I like it small and whatever. I don't want other people moving here, and I realize as a realtor that you know, I like our community like it is, but I believe very strongly in the freedom of speech and the right to be able to say something or to ask questions, and of our legislators, and to close off communication in the meeting because they don't want to hear it or they claim they don't represent you. They are voting for stuff that governs this whole area.
Affects all of us.
Yes, and affects all of us.
That's how the city goes.
Hey, Sam, make a note. We want birth certificates. All guests have we want to know. We want the from here. We want to be able to see because they're all claiming. I was not born here. I was not born. Okay, now, wait. Okay, now I wanted to
local politics off limits.
No. I wanted to. No, this morning I got up and I said, you know what? I'm going to leave. I thought Joanne was coming up, and I had my interview yesterday. I was going to play, and I said I've got 30 minutes, and I don't want to filibuster with doing all this talking. And I was going to open the door and say, what do you want to talk? What do you want? Whatever subject you guys brought. So I'm good with that. And actually, I like you brought it up because you're not from here. I like you followed it up. And I'm not going to get into the list, and not to get ugly, the long list. But I think one of the top for me is when any elected official, especially in that meeting, would look at a crowd and say, when my decision is made, when I don't represent you, when I don't represent, and I'm thinking, that just got me because, you know, I don't live in the county, okay? But, you know, for all of us here, my wife is actually from here. She has
right up the street.
Right. And, you know, and I have nieces and nephews that are from here and so forth. And, you know, you represent everybody who walks through that door, because every decision you make can affect their life. And what if a business owner, I said this about a year ago, what if a business owner said, I want to sit in the back of the room, I want to listen to how they handle the city because I might invest $1 million. And this person's not here, doesn't live here, but wants to invest, and somebody's saying, I don't represent you, you know, in that room.
That's happened.
So I don't, but
That's happened.
right.
I know someone who wanted to invest here, and he came to try to start a business, and he told my husband, I'm out of here. And that's a shame. That is a shame.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
Well, there's
wait,
not
wait.
much place. There aren't very many places to move to live within the city limits. And it seems to me, wasn't there some project where they were going to build 35?
Yeah. Whoa.
Then other people could have moved here. And
Pump the brakes.
That wasn't full-time residents.
Pump the brakes. No.
well, I watched so
I
many
gotta
of
go.
He's recusing himself.
Easy.
See you later.
You hear that screeching? Chill. Okay, now wait a minute. Okay, that's what you
I
wanted
hear
to
the
talk.
train a coming.
I think it should be the last train to Clarksville.
That's right.
See how you lose control.
Oh, man.
All right, you had your piece. What did you want to talk about?
Well, I just wanted to say I love this town. I love it. We've given property to the city. It's very important to us. I live here. I've lived here. This is my home now. And
I only highlight that when you want me to,
love
not
this
the.
city.
But Sycamore Crossing, yes, you and your husband. This is a beautiful stamp right in the center. It's like a postage stamp sitting here, and it's just beautiful.
Thank you. I
It is.
just love it. It was fun. It was just fun, and I get a lot of people. I just love it. I wanted to keep it indigenous to our town and the architecture, and it's just been great.
Your 5 minutes.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Well, all I'll say about the local side is, if the council people don't think that they represent the business owners just because they don't live here, all you got to do is walk up and down the streets and see the 60 parking spots, the 80 parking spots that were taken away, and I want you to tell me with a straight face that that doesn't affect the business owners right in their pocketbook.
They've answered no questions as to why exactly.
I will tell you this: they enjoy the splost.
They spend that like it's like drunken
and that's
sailors.
sales tax money, right?
They enjoy.
And guess where that comes from?
Yes.
They enjoy the splost because I have videos where some council members say, well, where are we going to get the money? Well, we have this 100,000 coming in from splost.
The fallback.
Guess where that splost comes from? That's a special purpose local option sales tax, 1 penny generated in sales tax, generated here, that goes over there. So these businesses don't do business, no splosh, bada bing, bada boom. Okay, now I did not, hey folks, video doesn't lie. I did not set the direction, and
Nope.
that was my goal. So anything nationally, like a minute, anything nationally or anything else, Joanne, before we get to our pet of the week that's coming up?
Well, you had mentioned something earlier about, I can't remember, Copernic or whatever is
Kaepernick.
Yes, that San Francisco.
Copernicus.
We'll go with
Yeah,
Copernicus.
Okay.
We'll go with Copernicus.
Copernicus, right. Not kneeling for the national anthem and all these people picking up on it. If you want to make a statement, and most of these football players that make $20 million to play football could certainly do something for the disadvantage that they think that they're standing up for. But to not stand for the national anthem is also a travesty. And I would not go to any sports event where they had players that sat during the national anthem. And we've quit watching it. We won't watch
The
a San
NFL
Francisco.
lost me. They lost
Yes,
me.
we won't watch a San
and I'll
Francisco
just tell
game,
you,
and now
well,
there's another team that's got 2 players that and this take a kneel or whatever. There's so many ways they can display their displeasure, their anger, their
I agree.
whatever
I agree.
it
And
is.
they
And
lost me. I won't watch it. I will not. And Lisa and I were Jersey people on Friday, got the popcorn ready. We had our NFL Sunday ticket that we paid for every year to make sure that she could see the New Orleans Saints and Drew Brees. Oh, every Sunday we had to see Drew, right? And so I could see the Steelers and so forth, but we cut it. We don't watch it. Finish up.
How about the how about the Philadelphia Eagles fan? I mean, I really found this funny. Philadelphia Eagles fan said his dying wish was he wanted 8 Eagles at his funeral to be the pallbearers so that he could be let down one last time by the Philadelphia Eagles.
I like that. What do you got?
That was great.
See, don't leave now. The show's not over.
He's making room for the pet of the week.
Well, my thought about the national scene is that how deeply we're embedded. We have a lot of problems, and they're serious. And I don't care if it's 51 votes, 60 votes, 45 votes. That's not going to matter until we change some things. And I knew that for a fact when John McCain got out of his sick bed, walked in there, and voted against what they all ran on to come for. When he voted against that, if it takes 5 to vote against it, they will get them because they're all rhinos. They are not for Trump. They will bring him down in any way, and that's a fact. So until we get rid of them, we're not going to win. If it's 20 votes.
You know what? Let me ask you this. John McCain went up and did the dramatic and went like that. You remember that? Do you know what? I hear that when he did that seriously, that he walked by and said, "Let's see Trump make America great again." With that vote, I swear, that's what I heard.
There's so many.
And Donald Trump, a tweet. Thank you, Rose. Strange statement by Bob Corker, considering that he is constantly asking me whether or not he should run again in Tennessee. 18% in Tennessee. He's always, should I run again? I tell you, I love the guy. He'll take anybody to task. He definitely will. Folks, it's time for our pet of the week. They used to say they used to say local TV, and then they said national TV. Now we're on the internet. We're worldwide, right? So you know what I always wanted to do on worldwide TV? Come here, I'll tell you. Come here, I'm going to tell you. Come here, I'll tell you. I want to give you a kiss. There you go.
Oh,
these are my friends.
Wow.
Right after the show, I'll get over there. I didn't forget you, my love. Oh, all right, come here, Ricky. Take care. Yeah, all right. There we go. We have so much fun here. I want to thank our all-star panel. It's time for our pet of the week, the star of the show. Thank you, guys. I'm glad. I like that. We're going to do that again. Just take off, do what you want to do. You know what? I don't have anything else, I guess. High school football tonight.
High school football.
High school football. The Fannin Rebels are off tonight, and so are the Pickens Dragons. They're off, but Gilmer Bobcats will be hosting the Union Panthers, and I'll be on that sideline tonight. Can't wait. See you there. Don't forget, follow us on Twitter. Rose will have it all out there. Pay attention. Pet of the week. Oh, we're here.
Hey,
what?
Shout out to Richie. Great job on the other day when you were taking a little powder.
You giving a shout out?
I did. I just gave him a shout out.
Did you clear that before we started?
No, sir. No,
just threw it out there.
Everything was kind of unscripted today.
All right. Our pet of the week right after this. Too much fun. Right after these commercials.
Be sure to check out New Blue Home and Gift, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Find us on Twitter at New Blue Home. Everything beautiful for your home or a special gift can be found at New Blue Home and Gift. Call us today at 706-455-3873 or visit us at 531 East Main Street, Suite 103 in downtown Blue Ridge. Papa's Pizza to Go in downtown Blue Ridge is the best in the area all-you-can-eat buffet. Call ahead or order online now at papaspizzatogo.com. Use our convenient pickup window for the best in pizza, subs, wings, breadsticks, salads, and more. And be sure to check out our lively game room. We serve lunch and dinner, catering available, take out, or dine in. Papa's Pizza to Go in Blue Ridge, proud sponsors of the Fannin County Rebels.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's T-E-A-S. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge. Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Fine sterling silver, luxurious baby alpaca and exotic woods. A beautiful selection of exquisitely crafted gifts for all of your special occasions. Visit our website, artesiansilvergifts.com, or follow us on Twitter at Artesian Silver Gifts. Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop in downtown Blue Ridge.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
It's Friday, and you know what that means. It's time for the star of the show, star of the week, something we always look forward to at Sycamore Crossing. From the Humane Society of Blue Ridge, we want to welcome
Miles.
Miles, I find out today they make, listen to me, Miles, I'm talking to you.
He's bored.
I find out today they make doggy Oreos. Something about this is not right. Why didn't you bring me an Oreo? You want, Miles, Miles, you want an Oreo?
Over here.
Squirrel.
He likes the Oreos.
Oh, Miles. You want another one?
Good boy.
Give me a kiss, I'll give you another one.
Kiss,
Give me kisses, I'll give you. Hey, give me some love.
No? Okay. He
How
almost
come
did.
I ain't getting puppy
It was
love?
close. It was close.
So tell us about Miles, Rena, and we,
Miles is gorgeous. Miles is, we call him our gentle giant. He's a little over 2 years old. He's been with us a
Who's
year.
the puppy?
this month, a year, August. We really need to find him his forever home, his wonderful companion that wants to take him for rides, play with him outside. Definitely need a fenced yard with Miles. Kids and dogs are a possibility. We have to do meet and greet. He can go either way sometimes, but he's really a great dog. He's a lot of dog, but he is a great dog. He's a lot of fun. And like I said, he just loves riding in the vehicles.
You got hey, no, you can't have all the Oreos.
He's gonna be.
So I'm talking to you. So if I bring you home, we have to sit and you have to eat Oreos. Come here, Miles. That's okay.
Come here, Miles.
I got an Oreo.
Come here.
Chill.
Come here. He has your Oreos.
I got your Oreos. Yeah, sit here. Talk to me. Give me.
You really don't help me any.
You don't make him sit before you give him to him. You're just shoving him in his mouth.
Well, that's the way I eat them. Miles,
Come here,
come
baby.
here, Miles.
You're gonna knock
Come here.
everything over.
Come here. You're okay. You're okay.
There you go.
Baby.
Come here,
You're
baby.
okay. Listen, where are you going? So Miles is how old? About 2?
He's over 2. He's
Over 2?
About 2.5, and he's been with us a year. So we really need to find him. Come on, come back up here. Up here.
Want to scratch?
Come on.
You
There
want to
go.
scratch?
Sit. Turn around. Sit. There we go. They want to see your face.
So
not your
is
butt.
so we kids and other dogs still need to meet and greet.
Yes.
You're not.
Yeah. He can go either way. Sometimes he's okay, and sometimes he's not. So we definitely need a meet and greet. But if you're a single person, a couple that just wants a dog to love, and I'm really not sure cats would be a good thing either.
Yeah, I
but-
understand, Miles.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't say. I said that out loud.
Yes,
I always
you
have
did.
to be careful. Miles.
But we
So-
would definitely do meet and greet with dogs and obviously kids, because
Let me
he is
check
a
your
big
chopper.
dog.
Let me
so
check your chopper. Come here. I want to check your chopper.
You mustn't look in your mouth.
I want to check your chopper. I want to see. I'm doing a. Yeah, you're good. Okay. Check your
But he
chopper.
really is. He's our gentle giant. He gets out there. He lays on the picnic table under the umbrella. He'll play with the toys. He loves being outside. Like I said, a fenced yard is definitely a good idea with Miles. And he loves tug of war, and he's a lot of fun outside and in the car. He just
What's the
he'll
matter?
bring lots of laughs to you.
Well, folks, they said these are puppy. I don't understand the difference. What's the big deal? I mean, it's Oreo. It's a cookie.
Go
Miles,
ahead.
would you share?
Take a bite.
No, I don't think I will. You want
Take a
another?
bite.
But you gotta give me some loving. I am about to give me just a little bit. Give me a kiss.
Now the nose to the face is his kiss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's it. All
He's-
right. So
he's
it's.
a snuggler, kissy.
What do you
Doesn't
say?
always
What do you
give
say?
you a
Say
kiss.
please. Say please. Oh, great. Okay, I guess so.
Either that or just run him over.
You can have one. Miles is at the Humane Society of Blue Ridge, and we can find him on the website. And tell us, Rena, about how to get in touch with you, because I get a little sidetracked, as you know.
Just a little. Come visit us at 171 Mineral Springs Road, which is just off of Aska in Blue Ridge, Georgia. Go this way. Call us at 706-632-4357. Follow us on Facebook. You'll see Miles. I take lots of pictures of the dogs and post them on Facebook. Miles playing, Miles laying under the umbrella, Rusty laying under the umbrella. Got lots of
Oh, you
pictures.
got quite a portfolio going.
Yes, he does. And we also take pictures if people find dogs or lose dogs. We do courtesy posts for that, and you can follow us as far as our adoptions go. And see what's new. I do post the new dogs that come in. And our website is humanesocietyofblueridge.org, and you can go on there. And just come on out and see our dogs. We have one in intake right now, and we'll be bringing another one in. You're killing my leg. So come on out and visit, and we have big dogs, we have little dogs, we have puppies and older dogs. So come on out and find the companion just right for you. And Miles could be it. As you can see, he's a lot of fun.
Folks, the Humane Society of Blue Ridge, and I want to say they have a great intake process, and all the dogs and cats go through intake, and they are guaranteed when you come and pick these beautiful animals up that they've gone through an intake. And
Yes.
what exactly is the intake? Briefly, just you make sure they have all of their
When they come into intake, they stay 14 days.
14
make sure
days,
that there's
right.
no diseases to bring over to our general pop. And when you adopt a dog, they are fully vetted. We check for worms. We handle that.
Right.
They have the heartworm medicine and microchipped and spayed or neutered. That's very
And you're
important.
ready to go, right, Miles? So
He's
that
ready
means
to
if
go.
you're out here, you're ready to go.
He is
you're
ready
ready to
to
run.
find his
and,
family.
You know, I don't know. We'll have to do the meet and greet, but I think a little baby, you would just roll it right around the floor, and that would be a lot of fun. I do. I'm checking your dentals. You can't have. Let me check. Let me say. Don't put your snout up. One more. One more. That's all you get. There you go. Oh, I can take you home. Take Miles home today. Humane Society of Blue Ridge. Want to thank them every week. We support, yes we do, FetcherNews.com. We support them in every way we can because we love these great animals. And we got to do a meet and greet because we want to make sure that they find the perfect home and you find the perfect pet. And so you can bring your dog up, your children, make an appointment today to come see Miles and all the other ones they have out there. Rena, thank you very much. I want to thank you. And I want to send a shout out to the entire staff out there that is not available to come on the show. They have a great staff out there.
Yes, we do.
And we're going to be visiting real soon. We've talked about it, and Sam is getting it, and we're getting ready to make a major visit out there. And we're going to say hello to the cats. We promise.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we have tons of cats.
Cats
and kittens.
included.
Also need homes, and they are a lot of fun too.
Thank you very much. That's our show. We're going to be back Monday morning. I think I come back Monday. Yeah, I think I'm on the schedule for Monday. Monday morning, 8 a.m. FYNTV.com. Good morning from the office. We are out. Let's enjoy the weekend. Don't forget, come out and support the Bobcats tonight down at Huff Mosley Stadium, Pettit Field. 7:30's kickoff. They'll be hosting the Union Panthers. Your Fannin Rebels are off tonight, and so are the Pickens Dragons. I think I got everybody straight. We'll see you Monday morning.
Thank you.